Some moments in nature are so rare, so surreal, they feel torn from the pages of science fiction. These are the one-in-a-billion spectacles that challenge everything we think we know about the natural world. In this journey, we plunge straight into the eye of nature's fury, where super tornadoes carve paths of destruction across the land, roaring like awakened giants from the deep. We'll follow the unstoppable tide of a locust plague, billions of wings beating in unison, blotting out the sun and leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Then, we venture to the otherworldly island of Socotra, Yemen, a land so strange it feels alien, where dragon blood trees ooze blood-red resin and stand like mythical guardians of a forgotten time. These are nature's most fiercely protected secrets, strange, savage, and impossible to forget. They are rivers of fire, molten lava flowing at temperatures up to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,200 degrees Celsius, cutting glowing paths across the Earth's crust. Seen in places like Hawaii, Iceland, and Ethiopia, these lava rivers light up the night and reshape the land. Some crawl slowly like honey, while others surge at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, around 64 kilometers per hour, consuming everything in their path. Trees erupt in flames. Entire roads and towns disappear. To witness it is to watch the earth breathe fire, a one-in-a-billion moment where nature reveals its rawest, most awe-inspiring force. Deep within the night of East Java, Kawah Ijen volcano burns with a surreal electric blue flame, an otherworldly glow, not from lava, but from sulfuric gases that ignite at temperatures over 1,100 degrees Fahrenheit, about 600 degrees Celsius. As these gases burst through cracks in the volcano and mix with oxygen, they combust into bright blue fire, streaming down the slopes like rivers of neon. This phenomenon can only be seen in total darkness, turning the volcano into a glowing beast in the night. It's not lava, but it's just as fierce. CATATUMBO Lightning, Venezuela. Over the mouth of the Catatumbo River in northwestern Venezuela, a storm rages almost every night without rain. Known as Catatumbo lightning, this eerie phenomenon unleashes as many as 260 lightning strikes per hour, lighting up the sky for nearly 10 hours a night and up to 160 nights a year. The storms occur where warm winds from Lake Maracaibo clash with cold mountain air, creating an atmospheric cauldron. Some bolts reach over 5 miles, about 8 kilometers in length. Visible from hundreds of miles away, these silent, strobe-like flashes have even guided sailors at sea. It's nature's lighthouse, and a glowing mystery that scientists still seek to fully understand. A supertornado is nature at its most violent, an unstoppable vortex that can span over 2.5 miles, about 4 kilometers wide, and rip across the land with wind speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour, over 320 kilometers per hour. These mega-twisters, like the devastating El Reno tornado in Oklahoma, can flatten everything in their path: homes, trees, even steel structures. Some last over 1 hour, carving trails more than 50 miles, about 80 kilometers, long. What makes them truly terrifying is their unpredictability and size, turning a calm sky into a roaring monster within minutes. A supertornado isn't just a storm, it's a force of rising like alien umbrellas from a forgotten world. The dragonblood trees of Socotra Island, Yemen, are one of Earth's most otherworldly wonders. Their thick, twisting branches form dense canopies, but it's what flows inside them that stuns explorers. Their bark bleeds a deep crimson resin known as dragon's blood. This red sap once prized in ancient medicine and dyes, oozes when the bark is cut, creating the eerie illusion that the trees are alive and bleeding. Growing up to 32 feet, around 10 meters tall, these ancient trees thrive in the island's harsh, rocky terrain. In the silent, dark blue depths of the ocean, a rare and surreal scene unfolds. Sperm whales sleeping vertically, motionless, like statues adrift in space. These massive creatures, growing up to 52 feet, about 16 meters, long, enter a state of rest that lasts for 6 to 25 minutes. During this time, they drift upright near the surface, heads pointing toward the sky, in perfect stillness. Discovered only recently by researchers, this sleeping posture is unlike that of any other large mammal on Earth. Watching them float in formation is like witnessing a forgotten ballet of giants, peaceful, strange, and almost supernatural in its quiet elegance. In the windswept, white mountains of California stand the bristlecone pines, Earth's oldest living trees, some over 4,800 years old. Twisted by time and weather, their gnarled forms survive where little else can. At altitudes of over 10,000 feet, more than 3,000 meters above sea level. These ancient sentinels have watched empires rise and fall, outliving pyramids, civilizations, and even written language. Their dense, resin-rich wood resists rot and insects, allowing them to endure for millennia. A locust plague is one of nature's most terrifying spectacles. Billions of winged insects swarming across the sky, turning daylight into dusk. A single swarm can cover over 460 square miles, about 1,200 square kilometers, and contain up to 80 billion locusts. These ravenous creatures consume everything in their path, devouring the equivalent of what 35,000 people eat in a single day. Driven by shifting weather and wind patterns, they travel up to 120 miles, nearly 200 kilometers per day. From East Africa to South Asia, locust plagues leave behind barren fields and shattered livelihoods, transforming fertile lands into silent, lifeless deserts. In the snowy mountains of Zao Onsen, Japan, winter brings to life one of the world's most surreal natural wonders, snow monsters, or juhyo. These aren't creatures, but trees, mostly Aomori firs, encased in layers of snow and ice, sculpted by Siberian winds and heavy snowfall. The result? Haunting, ghost-like forms that tower up to 98 feet, 30 meters, tall. With temperatures plunging below 14 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 10 degrees Celsius, the landscape transforms into a frozen forest of giants. At night, they're lit with colored lights, creating an eerie, dreamlike world. High above the earth, in the aftermath of a violent thunderstorm, you might spot something that looks like the sky is melting. Mammatus clouds. These bizarre, pouch-like cloud formations hang from the base of cumulonimbus storm clouds, resembling a field of cotton balls or an alien landscape. Each pouch can stretch for half a mile, about 1 kilometer or more across the sky, often signaling turbulent air and extreme weather. They form when cold air sinks instead of rising, flipping the usual cloud formation process. While they appear soft and gentle, mammatus clouds are born from chaos, seen after tornadoes or supercell storms, with temperatures dropping below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. At high altitudes. Rare, ominous, and awe-inspiring, they are nature's warning written in the clouds. Winding through the landscapes of southwestern Spain, the Tinto River looks like it belongs on another planet. Its waters are stained deep red, like blood, due to extremely high levels of iron and heavy metals leached from the surrounding rocks. Flowing for about 62 miles, 100 kilometers, this river runs through the ancient mining region of Huelva. The acidity of the water can reach below pH 2, comparable to lemon juice, and temperatures in summer often climb above 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. Yet despite these extreme conditions, the river hosts unique microorganisms that survive without oxygen, much like life might exist on Mars. NASA has even studied it to understand alien environments. Every winter along South Africa's eastern coastline, nature unveils one of the greatest underwater spectacles on Earth: the Sardine Run. Billions of sardines migrate northward, forming a shimmering silver river stretching over 900 miles, approximately 1,450 kilometers. These bait balls can reach up to 65 feet wide, around 20 meters, and dive hundreds of feet into the ocean depths. A frenzy of predators, dolphins, sharks, seals, seabirds, and even Bride's whales gather for the ultimate feeding frenzy. From above, birds dive like missiles. Below, it's a breathtaking dance of survival. Occurring between May and July, this is one of the ocean's rarest and most thrilling migrations. In the remote skies above the Gulf of Carpentaria in northern Australia, a rare atmospheric phenomenon appears like a rolling wave frozen in time: the morning glory cloud. These long, tube-shaped clouds can stretch over 600 miles, about 1,000 kilometers, and move at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, roughly 65 kilometers per hour. Floating low in the sky, often just 300 to 500 feet above the ground, they form in the early morning hours during the spring and are best observed around the small town of Burketown. In the heart of East Java, Indonesia, lies a surreal volcanic landscape known as the Bromo Tengger Semeru Desert. It's part of the Bromo Tengger Semeru National Park, where vast seas of volcanic sand stretch for over 5,000 acres, around 2,000 hectares, encircling Mount Bromo, an active volcano that rises to 7,641 feet, about 2,329 meters, above sea level. The desert, called the Sea of Sand, appears like a lunar wasteland, with ash-blown plains, steep calderas, and towering peaks. On the rugged Atlantic coast of Nazaré, Portugal, the ocean transforms into a monstrous force of nature. Here, waves can rise to over 80 feet tall, towering walls of water that seem to defy logic. These giants are born from the Nazaré Canyon, an underwater abyss over 3 miles deep and nearly 130 miles long. It funnels ocean energy directly toward the shore, amplifying waves into colossal breakers. Each winter, the world's bravest surfers gather here, hoping to ride what could be the biggest wave of their lives. Nazaré isn't just a surf spot, it's the arena of the extreme, where the sea unleashes its full fury in 1 in a billion moments of awe. Sumgan Kutuk Cave, located in the Republic of Bashkortostan, Russia, is one of the deepest underwater caves in the country, a hidden labyrinth carved by nature over millions of years. Its known depth reaches approximately 398 feet, about 121 meters, and it stretches underground for more than 6 miles, nearly 10 kilometers. The cave's name translates to diving sinkhole in the Bashkir language, a fitting title for its plunging shafts and dark, echoing chambers. Beneath the turquoise waters of the Indonesian archipelago lies a hidden world of fire and fury. Indonesia, sitting atop the Pacific Ring of Fire, is home to more than 130 active volcanoes, and several of them erupt underwater. These submarine giants, like Banua Wuhu or Krakatoa's submerged flanks, bubble and rumble beneath the surface, releasing plumes of superheated gas and black volcanic ash into the sea. At times, they give birth to new islands, only to vanish again beneath the waves. It's a place where fire meets water in an explosive dance, reminding us that Earth's most powerful forces are often unseen. Emerald Lake, located in the Qaidam Basin of Qinghai Province, China, is a surreal, jewel-toned oasis in the middle of a vast salt flat. Its waters shimmer in brilliant shades of turquoise, jade, and sapphire, creating a dreamlike contrast against the blinding white salt crust that surrounds it. The lake covers an area of roughly 49 square miles, about 127 square kilometers, and its color changes depending on the angle of the sun and mineral content. Often referred to as China's mirror of the sky, Emerald Lake is both a photographer's paradise and a natural marvel, where each step across the cracked salt surface feels like walking on another planet. Supercells are the most powerful and dangerous type of thunderstorm on Earth, a 1 in a billion atmospheric beast. Towering over 12 miles into the sky, these storms are defined by a deep, rotating updraft called a mesocyclone. Unlike ordinary storms, a supercell can last for several hours, unleashing hail the size of softballs, tornadoes with winds over 200 miles per hour, and rain so intense it can flood a town in minutes. Seen from a distance, they look like alien motherships descending from the heavens, spinning, glowing, and humming with electric fury. It's nature's most dramatic warning. Raw, unstoppable power is in the sky. Baradla Cave, located in Agtalek National Park in northern Hungary, is one of Europe's most spectacular underground wonders. Stretching over 15.5 miles, approximately 25 kilometers, it forms part of the vast Agtalek Slovak karst cave system, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The cave dazzles visitors with its towering stalagmites, hanging stalactites, and enormous chambers, some of which rise over 100 feet, around 30 meters high. Known for its extraordinary acoustics and ancient formations, Baradla Cave is not just a geological masterpiece, but also a portal into Earth's distant past, where nature carved art in complete darkness over millions of years. A tidal bore is one of nature's strangest and most mesmerizing spectacles. It happens when the incoming ocean tide pushes up against the flow of a river, creating a sudden, powerful wave that surges upstream. In some places, this wave can reach heights of over 10 feet and travel at speeds up to 25 miles per hour. Entire rivers appear to reverse, and surfers have been known to ride these waves for miles. The most famous tidal bores occur in the Amazon River, called the Pororoca, the Qiantang River in China, and the Severn River in England. In southern Iceland lies Eldran, the largest lava field in the world, created by a catastrophic eruption of the Lucky volcano in the year 1783. This eruption lasted for 8 months, covering more than 250 square miles, over 650 square kilometers, in molten rock and releasing toxic gases that devastated Europe's climate for years. Today, Eldran is blanketed in a thick, spongy layer of green moss that took centuries to grow. Walking across it feels like stepping on another planet, soft, silent, and hauntingly beautiful. But the moss is fragile. One careless footprint can leave a scar that lasts for decades. In the dark coastal waters of Puerto Rico, nature performs a surreal underwater light show. These bioluminescent bays, notably Mosquito Bay on Vieques Island, Laguna Grande in Fajardo, and La Parguera in Lajas, are home to microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates. When disturbed by movement, say a paddle stroke or swimming hand, they emit a neon blue glow, as if the sea is lit from within. Mosquito Bay holds the world record for brightness, with over 150,000 glowing organisms in a single gallon, about 3.8 liters, of water. These glowing waters feel otherworldly, as if you've stepped into a dream, where every splash becomes stardust. In the hills of Southern California, Walker Canyon erupts into a sea of color during a rare phenomenon known as a superbloom. After years of drought, when the perfect mix of winter rain and sunshine align, the hillsides come alive with millions of golden-orange California poppies, the state flower, spilling over the canyon like molten lava. It's a sight that only happens once every few years, and when it does, the dusty trails vanish beneath a surreal carpet of color stretching for miles. From above, it looks like the Earth is glowing. Visitors from all over the world flock to see it. But this spectacle lasts only a few weeks, a fleeting dream, woven from soil, sunlight, and patience. In the heart of Bahrain's arid desert, where no other plant dares to grow, stands a lone mesquite tree, defying all logic. Known as the Tree of Life, this resilient wonder has stood for over 400 years, its deep roots tapping into an unseen water source that scientists still can't fully explain. Surrounded by endless sand and scorching heat, the tree thrives without any known irrigation, a green miracle in a sea of brown. Some locals believe it's protected by ancient spirits. Others say it marks the location of the Garden of Eden. Whether by science or legend, the Tree of Life remains one of the most enigmatic and awe-inspiring survivors on Earth, a silent guardian whispering secrets to the wind in the middle of nowhere. Deep in the Northern Territory of Australia, scattered across a rust-red desert, lie the massive, rounded granite boulders of Karlu, also known as the Devil's Marbles. These otherworldly rocks, some as tall as a two-story building, seem to defy gravity, with perfectly balanced halves stacked one atop the other. Formed over 1.5 billion years of erosion and weathering, these spherical giants appear frozen in mid-tumble, as if paused by some ancient force. But for the Warramungu, Kaitetje, Aliawara, and Walpiri peoples, the traditional owners, Karlu is far more than geology. It is a sacred site, steeped in dreamtime stories that speak of ancestral beings shaping the land. On the big island of Hawaii, Earth's primal forces collide in a jaw-dropping spectacle, lava flowing into the ocean. From the slopes of Kilauea, molten rock streams down through blackened lava fields until it crashes into the Pacific, sending up towers of steam, ash, and acidic haze. The moment lava meets water is explosive, literally. Temperatures of over 1,100 degrees Celsius, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hit the cool ocean, causing violent reactions that create new land before your very eyes. As waves hiss and boil, the coast transforms in real time. A raw, living display of planetary creation. It's one of nature's rarest and most surreal moments, a one-in-a-billion scene where fire kisses sea and the Earth is reborn from its own fury. In Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, a stunning miracle unfolds once every few years, the Desierto Florido, or flowering desert. After rare bouts of rainfall, this barren, sun-scorched land erupts into a sea of color, blanketed by millions of wildflowers. Pinks, purples, yellows, and whites stretch across the vast landscape, carpeting the desert floor with over 200 species of flowers, many found nowhere else on Earth. It's a surreal transformation from lifeless dust to a living, breathing garden. This rare phenomenon is nature's reminder that even in the harshest places, life waits patiently to bloom. Sandstorms, also known as dust storms, are fierce natural phenomena where strong winds lift vast amounts of sand and dust from dry surfaces into the atmosphere. They can reach heights of several thousand feet and travel at speeds over 40 miles per hour, about 65 kilometers per hour, turning day into night and reducing visibility to near zero. These storms shape landscapes, impact weather patterns, and have been feared and revered for centuries, from the Sahara to the deserts of the American Southwest and the Middle East. Kizilkup, Kazakhstan, often called the Mars of Mangistau, is a surreal landscape of crimson, copper, and cream-striped hills sculpted by wind and time. Here, the Earth appears otherworldly. Waves of layered sediment ripple across the desert like a frozen ocean, shaped over millions of years. As the sun moves across the sky, the colors shift dramatically, from deep rose to fiery orange, giving the illusion that the land is breathing. Remote, silent, and untouched, Kizilkup isn't just a place. Wildebeest migration, Africa, one of Earth's last great natural spectacles. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, embark on a 1,000-mile journey across the Serengeti in Tanzania to the Masai Mara in Kenya. Chasing seasonal rains and greener pastures, they thunder across plains, ford crocodile-infested rivers, and brave predators lurking in the shadows. It's more than a migration. It's a moving heartbeat of the wild, a rhythm of survival that has pulsed through Africa for thousands of years. Watching it unfold is like witnessing nature's raw, unfiltered power in motion. Imagine diving through crystal-clear fresh water and suddenly hitting a shimmering wall like liquid glass. That's a halocline, the stunning boundary where fresh water meets salt water, creating a surreal visual distortion under the surface. Found in underwater caves and cenotes, especially in places like Mexico's Yucatan, haloclines look like invisible curtains flowing in slow motion. The layers don't mix because of their different densities, creating a visible, almost otherworldly barrier. Swimming through a halocline feels like crossing dimensions. Nestled near the ancient ruins of Olympos on Turkey's southern coast, Yanataş, meaning flaming stone, has burned continuously for thousands of years. From cracks in the rocky hillside, eternal flames flicker day and night, fueled by natural methane gas seeping from deep within the earth. Legends say this is the breath of the mythical chimera, a fire-breathing creature from ancient Greek lore. Solomon Islands. Scattered like emeralds across the South Pacific, the Solomon Islands are more than a tropical paradise. They're a living mystery. Beneath lush rainforests and volcanic peaks lie ancient stone ruins, like the unexplained Nan Madol of nearby Micronesia, and stories of giants and sky gods passed down for generations. The ocean hides sunken Wabuiwu battlefields, vibrant coral kingdoms, and underwater volcanoes still rumbling beneath. many islands remain largely unexplored, with unique languages and traditions untouched by time. The Solomon Islands aren't just a destination. They're a place where ancient myth, untamed nature, and lost history still breathe. In the heart of California's Death Valley lies Racetrack Playa, a flat, dry lakebed where massive rocks mysteriously glide across the desert floor, leaving long trails in the cracked mud behind them. For decades, no one could explain it. Were they moved by spirits, wind, some strange magnetic force? Then scientists discovered the truth. A rare mix of thin ice, water, and light wind causes these rocks to slowly slide on their own, sometimes over hundreds of meters. Steaming in the Bay of Plenty, Wakari, White Island, is New Zealand's most active volcano and one of the few you can actually stand inside. Rising straight from the sea, its crater hisses with toxic gas vents, bubbling mud pots, and sulfur-stained cliffs. This otherworldly island is the exposed tip of a much larger underwater volcano, constantly alive with seismic breath. Revered by the Maori as a sacred place, Wakari is both beautiful and dangerous. A tragic eruption in 2019 proved its fury is real. Towering above the banks of the Lena River in Siberia, the Lena Pillars are surreal, vertical rock formations that stretch like stone giants into the sky. Carved by millions of years of frost, wind, and water erosion, these dramatic cliffs can reach heights of over 300 feet, about 90 meters. They stand like a forgotten fortress, silent, powerful, and otherworldly. In the winter, blanketed in snow and framed by ice-covered riverbanks, the Lena Pillars feel like something out of a myth. In the summer, they reflect the golden sun over the endless taiga, guarding secrets of Earth's deep past. Silfra Iceland. Beneath the icy surface of Iceland's Thingvellir National Park lies Silfra, a submerged rift where two continents slowly drift apart. This is the only place on Earth where you can dive between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates, touching both in a single breath. Fed by glacial meltwater, filtered through volcanic rock for decades, Silfra's water is so clear you can see over 300 feet ahead, like floating through liquid glass.